All right, hello. This is your last video announcement or information from me for this semester. You'll remember at the beginning of this semester, I talked about the fact that it was a fast-paced 8-week course, and you are now at the finish line, which is exciting and crazy to think about all at the same time. So there's just a couple of things I wanted to say before we finish out the semester. The very first thing is I have gone in and provided feedback for all of the rough drafts that were submitted Wednesday by the 11:59 deadline. So you can go into your grade center now and view that feedback before you do submit your final poster for the semester. So I encourage you to do that because I did try to be very specific with the feedback that I gave you so that you can make any adjustments that you need to make before you do submit that final version of your poster. You do need to submit a final version of your poster, so you will do that here in the week 16 learning module. And so you'll see here there's just a quick little checklist that says finalize that poster and then make sure that you submit that no later than tomorrow, Saturday, July 27th by that 11:59 deadline. And you'll just submit that down here in this little spot right here that says submit final assignment signature here. If you're wondering about the rubric, when you click on that, you can see that there is the rubric there. We've talked a lot about the specifics of this assignment, so you should feel pretty good about where you're at. But if you do have additional questions, please reach out and let me know because I hate to have any of those questions go unanswered. So shoot me an email or just let me know what questions you might have. The other thing that I just want to remind you of is your course evaluation. So remember, course evaluations are also due tomorrow by 11:59 p.m. And you've heard me say it a couple of times, and I do just want to reiterate that your course evaluations are super helpful for me. And so I just wanted to cruise in here and see where we're at with this specific course on our response rate. So it looks like as of right now, only 8 of you have responded. So there is extra credit associated with completing your end of course evaluation. So I strongly encourage you to go in there and complete that end of course evaluation. So as of right now, like I said, 8 of you have responded to that end of course evaluation. I can generate a spreadsheet that shows me who has completed that. Super helpful for me, and like I said, there is extra credit associated with completing that, so you'll want to make sure you get in there and take care of that so that we can bring that response rate up a little bit higher. And like I said, I really do use that end of course evaluation to help improve my course as I move forward teaching this class. It's helpful for me to know what worked well for you as a student, maybe some of the pain points or things that you found frustrating, so that I can really tailor it moving forward to give students a better experience in the class. The last things that I just want to leave you with is we've covered a lot of material in these 8 weeks, and a lot of students at the end of the semester leave feeling kind of blah, like, oh my gosh, there are a lot of different issues associated with my food, agriculture in general, and now what, right? Like that's usually the question that a lot of students ask me. And I do really try to maintain that, formulate your opinions along the way. I really do try to maintain that I'm not going to infuse things with my personal bias or my personal opinions. And so I'm certainly going to maintain that here. I'm not going to tell you what you should eat, how you should eat, when you should eat, what issues matter most, what issues don't matter most. The thing that I will leave you with is I do think that we live in a place that has one of the safest food supplies in the world, and we have access to a lot of food. And so in general, we make, they say, between 150 to 200 decisions or have thoughts about food a day. And so the reality is we have to eat. We need to eat in order to sustain life. And so at the end of the day, my encouragement to you would be to think about the issues that we've covered this semester and maybe find 1 or 2 that you're really passionate about where you can make a difference. So for some of you, that might be when we talked about water and water scarcity and the realization that maybe water is not as abundant as we think it is. And maybe it is that simple decision to turn off the water when you're brushing your teeth, or to go to Idaho Power's website and request one of their free energy savings kit and use the shower timer in your shower, so that you limit yourself to a 5-minute shower. It might be that you decide you want to eat more locally. And so you decide to spend maybe some more time at the farmer's market, supporting local farmers and really what we've got going on here in Idaho. It may be that you learned in the pollinator week that colony collapse disorder is a real thing and we need our pollinators for our crops. And so maybe you decide to visit the Treasure Valley Beekeepers Association and see what they're doing. Or you make friends with a local beekeeper and go hang out with them for a day or two to see, how they tend to their bees and some of the things that they're doing to help with our pollinators and colony collapse disorder. So really, like I said, it's a lot of information. A lot of people walk away feeling like there's a lot going on and holy moly, how do I make a contribution? And I think the best thing to remember is you don't have to do anything. But certainly if you decide to do something, I would start small. And then if you feel really passionate about it and inclined, certainly small changes to help with some of these different issues that we've discussed. I hope you all had a wonderful semester. Online classes are always challenging because it can feel like you don't necessarily make a connection with your instructor. I hope that you feel that you have made a connection with me. If you are coming back in the fall semester and you happen to be on campus, please stop by and say hi. It's always fun to meet students that I had in my online classes and actually see them face to face. As I've told you before, we do have a campus garden, and so if you decide you want to come out and help in the garden, shoot me an email. I'd love to have help this as we move into the fall semester with harvesting all of the stuff that we're harvesting. We were just out there yesterday harvesting a whole lot of zucchinis and cucumbers and some summer crickneck squash. So here in the next few weeks, the harvest will really start and we'll have a lot of really great produce to just give to students. So feel free to come out and join me and stop by and say hi. And I hope you all enjoy this little break in between the summer and fall semester, or if this is the end for you, best of luck in all of your future endeavors.